I could hear my fucking clicking. If that makes sense.
You can still hear the clicking?
Like, of my mouse.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh, dude. Tomorrow or Wednesday is going to be very interesting.
Why is that?
Oh, especially finding out the fucking shit that's going on that happened with Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, tell me that.
You got arrested for 5th degree stalking and sexual misconduct. Which can give him up to 6 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. Find the article, WNBA. There it is. Yeah, man arrested for stalking Caitlin Clark. 55-year-old Texas man was arrested on felony stalking charges in Indianapolis on Sunday, where he allegedly repeatedly sent threatening and sexual violent messages to Caitlin Clark.
Okay.
According to court documents, they have charged him with a level 5 felony after he was arrested in the hotel in Indiana. He is scheduled to appear in court Tuesday morning. He could face up to 6 years in prison and $10,000 fine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, he drove past her house 3 times. But again, in his aspect, it does not mean anything because it is not against the law to drive by somebody's house. Then he sent a message to her saying, I'm getting tickets. I'm sitting behind you. I'm sitting behind the bench. And then I was sending threatening texts, but the only thing on my mind was Caitlin. And other sexual documents. Bro, remember this. She's only 22 years old.
Right.
And this is a 55-year-old man.
Right.
Yeah. There's that. Excuse me. Oh, did you do your list or no?
What list was it?
The Deadpool.
I'll wing it.
Okay, I was gonna say I didn't do it. We could do it next show. I completely forgot about doing it. I was gonna say we could just do it next show.
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So we okay. Oh, by the way, apparently there's a horse out there named the Rizzler.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah. All right. Why do you sound far away?
Why do I? Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? That could also be it too. It could also be the fact that you're a little bit far away, so it's not picking. It's picking me up on your microphone through your through your headphones.
Okay, let me jump this down just a little bit.
That could be why.
Yeah.
That's probably better. All right, that's perfect. Because I could always turn you up. I could always turn you up on my end. All right, we ready?
I am.
All right, in 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome to a new show on the Nerdport Network called The Dumpster Fire. The pop culture dumpster fire. Well, I was going to get to that because in reality, it's not just a dumpster fire. It's mainly for pop culture. We have a show on Wednesday that is strictly about sports and sports betting. We are going to try to stay away from all that is sports. So if you're here for sports, sorry, come back on Wednesday. This is for the rest of the people that wanted to hear some outlandish fucking takes. I am your host, F and Ronnie.
I'm Captain Stuntcock himself.
Oh, this should be fun. So, Ryan, why don't you throw down what we are doing here every other Monday?
So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about the dumpster fire. That is 2025. Because let's be honest, even though we're 13 days in, it's already a dumpster fire. It's going to get worse. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to take a look back at the dumpster fire that was 2024, finally close the lid on that smoldering son of a bitch, and light up the dumpster fire for 2025 ourselves.
Yeah. And then we look forward to 2025 and talk about the shit that we're expecting and the shit that's already happened.
Yeah.
But first, let's take a trip back in time. Gotta go back in time.
Yeah, we're just going to go back a couple of weeks, few months. We're going to go back a whole goddamn year.
Yeah, technically.
So, the first thing that we need to talk about is probably the biggest and most obvious dumpster fire of 2024. The downfall of the Bidens.
Well, hey, look at it this way. It's still bleeding into this year.
It's still bleeding into this year, but we've got a better segue for that.
It's already dead. Oh, God. Yeah.
Look, it's the biggest dumpster fire, in my opinion, just for the simple fact that we have spent the last year watching the mental decline of the man responsible for our entire fucking country.
And now we have a people that they call a dictator. Yay!
A potato with a dick?
I mean, it is Hillary Clinton.
Oh, hey now.
Oh, sorry. I'll be dead in 2 weeks. Allegedly. Nobody stops the Kennedys. Wait, what? Are you serious? Nothing can stop the Kennedys. Crash. Oh, where to begin with the Biden downfall? Because really, all these that are there are all tied in one way or another to the Biden.
I mean, okay, so look. It started whenever his mental faculty started failing on live television. Speaking of faculties failing, whenever his mental faculty
it's failing like you know how to walk upstairs.
Right. He can't. He forgot how to ride a bike. He forgot how to walk upstairs. He forgot how to answer questions. He literally shot his own party in the foot by calling like half of America garbage because of a fucking a mean video, audio, whatever fucking clip from Trump. Like, it was stupid, or a Trump supporter. It was stupid. And he ended up costing his fucking party the election. Plus the fact that they didn't like do things the right way. They just chose Kamala, the Ugandan giant Harris. And, and it just got worse from there. I mean, you could visibly see like the Alzheimer's and dementia starting to take over him. Now he's pardoned his son. He's talking about pardoning Fauci preemptively, like things that he said he wasn't going to do. He's totally done.
And the shit with his son is some of the worst shit.
It doesn't matter anymore. Presidential pardon for anything that's happened in the last 11 years.
I know, but that's like that's up to the point of some Andrew Tate type shit going on right now. It just, I mean, the Obamas didn't want to deal with him towards the end. They listen, on one point, as much as it was a downfall. Holy crap, did he get fucking railroaded at the end of his tenure. It was not even funny.
No. But, another thing that added to this dumpster fire is the fact that, let's be honest, during everything that's been going on with the White House and COVID and all that bullshit and all that greatness that goes along with it, the government confirmed the existence of UFOs, of extraterrestrials, and they're not coming from space. They're coming from our own oceans. And nobody gave a fuck. Can we talk about for a second how crazy it is that nobody gave a fuck?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it is the fact that, like, they've confirmed UFOs and more people were trying to keep up with the Kardashians.
Right.
What was the big scandal that happened right after this dropped?
That was during COVID, I believe.
I mean, this has been going on way before COVID. This has been going on since 2018 with the guys from Blink-182.
Well, I mean, look, that dude's been all about the aliens existing for years.
Yeah. Mark, what's his name? Mark.
No. Mark DeLong.
Yeah.
And now he's finally getting the validation that he deserves, because he's told us for years that, aliens exist, and we're like, yeah, you're fucking crazy. It's just like that Ancient Aliens dude. But how crazy is it that the government's like, yeah, they're real. We've been hiding this from you. And nobody gave a fuck.
No. I mean, it makes as much sense as Gypsy Rose, but...
Oh my God. Are you sure you want to get on this? Because this shit fucking kills me. Gypsy Road Blanchard fucking kills me. Because this bitch was in prison for doing the exact same fucking thing that Charles Manson did.
Well, it's a woman compared to a man. I hate saying it like that, but... that's how the court decided to do it. If you don't know who Gypsy Rose Blanchard is, I would say go look it up. But Ryan, do you want to give a quick rundown of who the fuck she is?
So Gypsy Road Blanchard is a young woman who recently got out of prison. She was in prison for the murder of her mother that she conspired with her lover to have him commit. And it was because her mother raised her believing like she was like really sick. This was like Munchausen by proxy. So like the mom's like, oh, you're sick, you can't go to school. Oh, you're sick, you can't do this. Oh, you're sick, here you get a Make-A-Wish. We're gonna go on this vacation and they're gonna pay for it because you're sick and dying. Come to find out she's not. She's like talking to this dude online, and they come up with this plan to get her away from her mother by killing her mother. And they killed her mother. They both went to prison. She was released. She has become a fucking celebrity for the same shit that we kept Charles Manson locked away for years. There's nothing special about this girl. Like, she's not some fucking drop dead looker. She's just some random fucking psycho bitch. Like, that's it. And now we've released her upon society, said you're free. How long until she does this shit again? And the craziest fucking shit is apparently a text message was intercepted, and apparently it's being investigated. Somebody that like she's fucked if they find out that she killed her mom and not her boyfriend. Dude's serving a fucking like a life sentence, I believe, or may have gotten the penalty, and she's the one that fucking did it. Like, come on.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. It really is. I mean, she's a freaking quote unquote celebrity now for, like you said, for shit Charles Manson did. It is insane. I mean, and then I really know nothing about this, but then we also have the year of which was going on over in England, the biggest scam of the year, which was the Willy Wonka quote unquote experience, where on their website is includes a chocolate fantasy like never seen capture the enhancement. Pretty much go through the Willy Wonka chocolate experience. Go through the edible garden, where you can go through and allegedly eat all the stuff. Go to Imagination Land, the Twilight Tunnel, and you enter entertainments, which had live performances, catchy tunes, lollipops, and a sweet paradise. It was an hour. It was for one day. It was 2 days around. It was 45 minutes to an hour in Glasgow. And it was so bad, parents were calling the cops.
Oof.
There's photos online of it where it is just a warehouse. The garden is literally like prop plays, like play props. It's just the photos online have it all mysteriously. It's all gorgeous, like the Twilight Tunnel's here. This is great. Meanwhile, it's a fucking warehouse with a bouncy house. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Meanwhile, they were charging 35 pounds a ticket, which is like $50 US.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. It was, and they don't, and by the way, too, here's the kicker. The company didn't have the right to Willy Wonka.
Really?
They never got, it's owned by Warner Brothers. Glasgow, Scotland, they didn't have any of it. Like, they couldn't use anything. They couldn't use the name Willy Wonka. They could, $45. That's how much it was. 35 pounds, $45. This, and it was so bad that they called the cops on him.
Jesus.
Like, I've seen some shit when it comes to scams.
Right.
No. I would have immediately walked out, asked for my money, and told you to go fuck yourself.
Right. Like, what the fuck?
And they said it had everything to do with, oh, well, the experience was going to be better, but COVID hit, and don't do it. Okay, COVID hit, great. Then don't do it. I don't know. I don't know what was worse. This? I mean, this is a scam, but I mean, Live Nation was pretty fucking bad with theirs too.
Right.
So maybe I'll put this on a poll. What was one of the biggest fuck ups between these three? And we'll go over the next one later, but Willy Wonka's fail, Live Nation ticket pricing, because you had a Taylor Swift concert. I shit you not, they hiked the prices up for premium pricing to say, I think it was something along the line like $10,000 to go to a Taylor Swift concert for one ticket. For one ticket. And as much as they say, if people say, oh, it was 2023, it happened into 2024 also. They never fixed it.
No, they never fixed it. They're never going to.
No. And people were buying scalp tickets through Live Nation and through scalpers for $10,000.
Jeez.
The only one that was allowed to stop it, because this happened with Bruce Springsteen, is the artist. And you think they're really going to stop it? Which, honestly, if they're scalpers, they should.
Yeah.
If people are going to scalp tickets, then I understand that they're getting paid, but they're getting paid no matter what. But, like, if you want people to come and enjoy your concerts, you should have, like, a requirement.
They've got to be able to fucking afford the tickets for your concerts, too.
Right. Like, and it's not, I don't know. It's just, like I said, Taylor Swift did this. This happened to Taylor Swift. This happened to Bruce Springsteen. It's happening more than not. And, like, Ticketmaster, Live Nation, it's going on between this. Live Nation, and we'll clip this part because I need to talk about this. Live Nation needs to go back to $20 fucking lawn seats.
Yeah, I agree, man. I enjoyed those.
And because here's the thing. With those seats, you didn't give a shit who was playing. It was, oh, I want to go on a Friday night to a concert. $20. Cool. I'm in. I don't give a shit who's playing. It could be rap. It could be something I absolutely hate. But I'm going to go and enjoy myself and listen to some live music.
Yeah, I mean, I used to love doing that shit, man.
God, I remember going, and this is a fun one. I saw Limp Bizkit, or not Limp Bizkit, sorry. I wish it was Limp Bizkit. Motley Crue's tour when they came back. The Carnival of Sin tour.
Yeah.
Sum 41 was playing. Was not advertised on the card.
Yeah, I love that shit.
And tickets were $20. A pack of 4 was $100. They bumped it up if you bought 4 lawn seats in a row. So it was like $25 a ticket.
Right.
But to see Motley Crue and then, like, 3 opening acts that played for an hour, and Motley Crue then played for 3. And it was something to this day I still remember. Like, they need to go back to that.
I'll agree with that. I totally agree with that.
Because, like, they need to go back. There's 2 things they need to do. PNs, like those small venues, those amphitheater venues, need to go back to $20 lawn seats. And they need to bring back festival concerts. And I'm not talking about, like, the van, like, Warped Tour. Warped Tour is great. But I'm talking about things like Uproar Tour and stuff, like things along that lines that were $30 tickets, but you had like 8 bands playing all day.
Yeah, I mean that's what I loved about Warped Tours. You know, back in the day, it used to be like, you know, $25-$30, and I could watch my favorite bands all day long.
Yeah.
So.
But what was nice about it too is, like I said, oh, so and so is playing. I don't know who the fuck they are. How much are tickets? $20. Fuck yeah. Motherfucker, when is this? May 17th. It's a Saturday. Oh, I just saw the first concert I might have to go to.
What's that?
Primus.
Yeah.
It's 6, but here's the problem. It's in Homedale. That's great. I'm by that. It's $62 for a lawn seat. Not horrible, but for $4 more, I can get a seat. Like, I could actually get a seat.
Right, like a seat.
Yeah. Like they have stage seats for $160, but fucking Primus. And if anyone doesn't know who the fuck Primus is, pretty much the dudes that invented the intro to South Park.
You don't know who Primus is, you're a fucking moron.
I mean, yes. Like, Styx is playing.
Right? Can't stay the way.
I've seen them live. $40 for lawn seats. That's not bad. I'll take that. Okay. You ready to feel old?
Never, but it always happens anyways.
Nelly with Ja Rule, Eve, and Jagged Edge. The Where the Party At tour. I might go see this. Toto, Men at Work, and Christopher Cross.
I'd do that.
Yeah, that sounds like a freaking great concert. The Goo Goo Dolls with Dashboard Confessional. That's not terrible. Keith Urban, the High and Alive tour. How much are Keith Urban tickets, I wonder? For lawn seats, $50. That's actually not bad for lawn seats at a country concert. That's actually not bad. That's what they have right now set up. So, I mean, that's kind of cool. Again, it's different. Like, I wish they were a little bit lower, because then you can go on a whim, especially for like a Wednesday show.
Right.
Like, I get it. It's like, and by the way, it's not the artist making these prices. It is Live Nation. It is them. It is Ticketmaster that makes these. Because that's why, like, you know, like, they're not making any money. The artists aren't making any money off the beer.
Right.
Like, they're charging $15 a beer, but yet, oh, well, so-and-so is going to be, it's $100 a ticket that they don't see a price of. They're not seeing any money on the parking. Because a lot of these guys are just getting flat fees. So, take that for what it's worth. But that might be as much as a fail as this next one. Oh, the Wicked movie.
The Wicked movie. Go ahead, my friend.
So, if you've been living under a rock, the Wicked movie, based off the Wizard of Oz, based off the Broadway play, came out. It did great. It's literally going to be I don't know what's worse. The fact that this movie is literally going to be the Broadway version of Rocky Horror. Which, great. You now have a female Rocky Horror film for people to go see.
Pretty much.
Or the fact that they were telling people to not sing during the movie. This is how I know this is going to turn into Rocky Horror, because they are singing Defying Gravity during the movie and doing like Broadway type shit while the movie's going on. In the aisles. I'm like, yeah. This is Rocky Horror. For Broadway play fans, this is Rocky Horror.
Absolutely.
Which, great, nothing wrong with that. But to tell people they can't do it is the funniest part. It's not the biggest fail on this part. The biggest fail is what happened when they put the toy line out and they didn't put Wicked the movie on the back. They put Wicked.com.
I mean, it's still a movie production company.
Yeah, so is Wooden Rocket, if you get my drift.
Yo.
And if anyone doesn't know what Wicked.com is, we're not going to tell you to go look it up, because God forbid you might be on you might be on a work computer, or you might be on your phone. Please don't look it up if you're on the phone and you're under 18 on a bus. It's a porn site.
Yep, it is.
That does parodies of other movies. So, if you type in Wicked.com, you might actually get a parody of Wicked. But it makes a whole new meaning to Defying Gravity. Oh, it takes a whole new meaning to follow the yellow brick road, too.
It really does. You know somebody that needs to get the fuck off the yellow brick road because they think they're actually on it?
No. He's not on a yellow brick road. He's on the white highway.
He's on the white highway for sure, but he's calling it the yellow brick road. The next
white lines.
Fire. The next sacrifice to the 2024 Dumpster Fire is...
How's everybody doing?
Mr. Tony Khan.
I just did Dick Dingers. Ty Conti's ass is amazing.
I don't think this guy would understand wrestling or know what a good wrestling match was if it literally fucking let him rip coke off its ass.
Let's ask Edge and let's ask Dak Hardwood and Chris Jericho.
Oh yeah, you know that's gonna be a 5-star Meltzer match. That ending was fucking terrible, dude. Fucking terrible.
My name is Kenny Omega, and I know how to wrestle.
I would rather watch Kenny Omega wrestle the blow-up doll for 2 straight hours.
I mean, granted, I'd also rather watch him wrestle Ibushi.
Yeah.
So, there's that. Sammy Guevara. Okay, I'm sorry. The other sacrifice has to go to with Tony Khan is the fact that love the kid to death. We make fun of him on both our shows, on this network. But Sammy Guevara, or as I like to call him, Guevara, how he still has a job is still beyond me. How this motherfucker never got fired from AEW is still beyond me. No, he got worse. He got demoted to Ring of Honor.
Pretty much.
And now he's getting babysitted by Dustin Runnels.
Yep. And I mean, the dude's fucking terrible.
And if you don't know why, I'm not explaining it here. Because I will go on a fucking 50-minute rant on how fucking bullshit that you hired the broad. Sorry, female wrestler that can't even do a proper hip toss now that she's out of WWE. Hey, you ain't making money, bitch.
You ain't making shit. You are fucking terrible, and that's why your ass goes in the dumpster fire.
Yeah, fuck it. Hey, Mercedes Moné, you're the reason Sammy Guevara is not released and the fact that he's not in WWE right now. I mean, that's a hot take right there. That's a little hot takey.
It's okay.
Yeah, but you know who's worse? I mean, yeah, one guy does white lines, the other guy is an innocent man, allegedly.
Allegedly, the other guy is the innocent man. Charges were dismissed without prejudice, from what I hear.
Yeah, VKM, Mr. Vincent Kennedy McMahon. That's right, damn it, I'm innocent.
I'm innocent.
Listen, I gotta make sure I have that next person that comes in give me that Hawk Tua.
The Hawk Tua girl herself.
God damn it, Vince, why the hell are you here? What? I told you. I deserve it. I am innocent, damn it. No, you're not, Vince. You're innocent by a court of law. You're not innocent according to public opinion, because there's shit that's on tape that you have said. There is shit on tape that you have done. It is not the character. You just did this so you can get away with it. Give it up.
The Hawk Tua girl is something interesting.
Oh, she's not innocent. That's for damn sure.
No, she's probably in some trouble.
Oh, let me find an article for that. She is in a lot of... Haley Welch was known to the world as the Hawk Tua girl, pretty much because she decided to make a joke about spitting on a dick.
Everybody knows who the Hawk Tua girl is. Even people in other fucking countries know who she is. That bitch went viral. Millions of fucking views. Everybody knows who she is. We don't got to fucking hold their hand and talk to them like they're fucking Ray Gun.
I do sprinklers. How the fuck did we get ice cream?
But I'll tell you what made just as much of an impact in 2024 as Haley Welch and Fall with the Hawk Tua.
Hold on. We bypassed the one reason why she's in trouble.
Oh, her Hawk Tua coin.
Yeah, which
and then it fucking tanked.
Yes,
we're talking millions of dollars.
500 million.
Yeah.
It went from $500 million to 25 million. Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And the person that had to break that to her was Jake Paul, of all people.
I'm not surprised.
We'll have a story about Jake Paul on Wednesday.
Of course we will. Of course we will. So, yeah, Hawk Tua girl's looking at some serious time.
Yeah, but like I said, we're not talking about sports, but we also talking about the Hawk Tua girl. So going with the Hawk Tua girl, we have to go to the Olympics.
Yeah, and the pole vaulter that got famous for, well, let's just be honest. Homeboy's got a fucking hammer.
A lot of Hawk Tua was with this guy.
I mean, dude had a hog. It got caught on the bar. He got disqualified because his pole hit the pole.
And And knocked over the pole.
Right.
Let's just say he was the most famous person in the Olympic Village.
Right.
Speaking of the Olympic Village, the dumpster fire that was the Olympic Village with their cardboard beds.
Hey, the cardboard beds are awesome.
Did it really work?
Never does.
Especially when you have fucking gymnasts and swimmers that go there that can do things that, yeah. Use your imagination, people.
Right.
That's all I really need to say. So, yeah, there's that. We had, you know what? I'm not even going to go into that with the boxer because that's not even PG.
Do it. Fuck PG.
No, I mean, we've talked about the alleged trans boxer on Wednesday's show multiple times. And, I mean, we'll quickly glance over this. This is more the sacrifice of the people bitching and moaning about this that didn't actually do the research in it.
Right.
So, if anyone doesn't know, there was an Algerian or Albanian? Do you remember, what was the... It was... No shit. No, she's not a biological... I'm gonna... Fact checkers got that wrong. Try to see what the actual... Algerian. There we go. Get my facts right. Algerian boxer who a lot of people were saying that was a transgender athlete that fought in the women's Olympic Games. And it wasn't fair to the other athletes that were fighting. And we've talked about this on Wednesday. If it was a legit transgender fighting in there, no, they shouldn't have never allowed her to fight in the games. The problem was that he was a she and a he.
Right.
From what every article is saying, she's a biological woman with a high testosterone, but that's not true because there was articles saying that she was born intersex. She was born a quote-unquote hermaphrodite. But with that being said, there's no rule about her in boxing that says she can't box. Like, it's all legal with that. And that is the 1 in a million shot that we're talking about right here, that you can't bitch. Like, you can't say anything. Is it fair? I mean, that's to the idiots and the scholars. It's just, who are we supposed to say? It is possible that a woman could have high testosterone, but at the same time, I mean, the doping agency, there's no USADA in boxing, in Olympic style boxing, which maybe there should be, so we can actually get some straight answers. Ha ha ha.
Ah.
But for anyone that says that this person was a guy, do your research. She had high testosterone levels, but she was born a woman. there's nothing that anyone can do. So I mean, either it's a intersexed or not transgender, but hermaphrodite, that type of stuff. There's a lot of questions that don't need to be asked, but legally there's nothing they can do. Hence also why this has been such a big topic for the next Olympics, because until they get like a USADA type doping, like to test everybody like evenly, they're not possibly not having boxing in the next Olympics in LA. Granted, after what happened this week, who the fuck even knows? Not even try. I'm not making a joke about that, but who the hell knows?
Right. There is one thing that we got to talk about real quick that we have to save from the dumpster fire that is 2024.
Yes.
And that is we have to make sure that we save Casa Bonita.
Casa Bonita.
Casa Bonita.
Casa Bonita.
Food, fun, and a festive atmosphere.
It's like saving Bennigan's.
Yes, Casa Bonita, the acclaimed restaurant from South Park, is actually a real place. It almost didn't survive COVID. Well, technically didn't survive COVID. They couldn't afford to reopen. Trey Parker and Matt Stone. Not only did they, but they made it. They made it into something pretty special. It is almost identical to what they describe it as in the show. There's a great documentary on it. I suggest everybody watch it. It's fucking killer.
Yeah. And now the last thing that needs to go into dumpster fire that will flip into us to the new year after we light 2024 up in smoke and bring us into 25 is the P, the I, the D, the D, the Y, the that's Diddy.
That's Diddy.
Hold up. Yep, the Diddler. Sean Puffy Combs.
Yes, and what a 2024 the Diddler had.
Being arrested for freak-out parties.
Freak off parties.
Freak off parties. Listen, I know what I said. And to have a list of entertainers, politicians, actors.
There's a lot of people on this list, and I'm not gonna. I think that this might have something to do with the fires that are going on in the Pacific Palisades.
But what's terrifying is when they seized P. Diddy's home, they found 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant.
I can't believe that.
So here we go. This is from the Palm Beach Post. One of the things it says is, reps to Combs' alleged freak-off parties elaborated sex performances that they recorded without many victims' consent at the time used to control them, like use it as blackmail. At these parties, which would last multiple days, Combs arranged and directed and masturbated during these performances by sex workers with him and his employees, disputing drugs to victims, primarily to keep them obedient and compliant. In the raids of, if you need me to stop and jump in, tell me, okay?
Yeah.
In the raids of Combs' homes in LA and Miami, law enforcement seized more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant, which they immediately said they used was used when Combs and his employees booked hotel rooms for freak-offs along with extra bed sheets, and lighting. They also found evidence of crime in the incidents and 3 AR-15s with scratched off serial numbers. This is coming from the Palm Beach Post. So take that for what you like.
I mean, that's all you can do these days, my man.
But the list, according to this, is allegedly stupid. Like, it's as big as the Epstein flight log. I don't. It's. I mean, he's got one count of sex trafficking, one racketeering charge, and transporting to engage in prostitution.
Yeah. I mean, look, dude, they're gonna get him because they've got the evidence to get him. That's why they were able to pull up.
But the question is, I want to know who were part of these fucking freak-offs.
A lot of people.
Well, there's one name that I kind of want to know, and it has to do with his alleged partner that was tied to all this. That his name has been going through, and that is allegedly Jay-Z.
Yeah.
And I want to know, is his wife tied to this? And not as a patsy, as a victim.
I don't know, man. With this one, we really have to wait and see what happens.
Right, but that's the thing. I'm like, because this is some R. Kelly type shit.
Maybe. Don't know.
Like, this is on the level of R. Kelly.
Pretty close to it.
Like, normally I don't say that, but this is getting up there. That's terrifying to think about.
It really is. All right. So what are some other things we got to look forward to in this 2025 as we load up the dumpster, starting with P. Diddy?
Well, I would say we're looking at the possible, according to people saying that, the overlord, quote, savior Trump is there. Some people would want to throw him into dumpster fire, but I'm not doing that yet. But apparently, they have with LA. The fact that this fires are going on in LA is just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, especially right now.
And allegedly, they're saying, I'm not 1,000% sure how true this is, that it is an arson attack, not a wildfire. This was someone decided to burn, and the wind caught the right way. Like, if that's true, that man just needs to go in the dumpster, period.
Absolutely.
Because apparently they found one person with a propane tank and a blowtorch. Again, allegedly, this is just stuff that I'm seeing coming from people that are living out there on TikTok. This is coming from CNN. This is coming from some of Fox News. Now, the one thing I saw that I have to say is, and this is a problem, is got to be the mayor of LA when it comes to these fires.
Yeah, and actually, one of the fire chiefs spoke out about the mayor of LA.
That would be the chief. That would be the chief of LA of the fire department, and she got fired.
Yep, spoke out, got fired.
And that, to some people, was a quote-unquote DEI hire because she is part of the LGBTQ community. A lot of people are saying she did not get this job because she earned it because she was a placeholder. Again, these are stuff that I'm hearing from other places. These are all alleged. So, again, you cannot like what I'm saying. I get it, but this is stuff that are all opinionated. Yeah, so the mayor apparently of LA was in Africa to see the Nigerian, not prince, but it was like a Nigerian president get inaugurated while LA was burning.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, that's why she wasn't in LA. Like, that's a reason why she wasn't in LA.
Oh, is it?
Again, allegedly. But yeah, she was in Africa. This, though, I heard, and this, I take this with a grain of salt, and I want your opinion on this. So,
Okay.
Gavin Newsom, right now I cannot put any fault on Gavin Newsom, but I don't know how to feel about this. Gavin Newsom has come out and said he couldn't get in touch with Joe Biden. Granted, aren't you Nancy Pelosi's cousin? But beside the point. Okay, you have that. But then turn around and ask for fire trucks from Mexico, Canada, and Washington and Oregon. Sorry. And Nevada. Everyone's coming in.
Yeah.
They're all bringing trucks. That's fine. I get that. That's great. But then allegedly they're being asked to go to Sacramento for an emissions test. And if they don't pass the emissions test, they can't go fight the fire. I've been hearing this from more than one source. I don't know how true it is. I hope it's not.
Right.
And if it's true, here we go. Oregon fire trucks fighting LA fire. Okay, good. That's good. So, according to this is from MSN. Oregon fire trucks fighting LA blaze did not require an emissions test.
Well, they fucking shouldn't.
No. At this point, fuck your emissions test. But if they're saying that, okay, at this point they didn't require it, were they requiring it before?
Right.
Like, there has to be, if they're reporting that now, there must have been some kind of truth to that.
I mean, you would hope.
They're saying aren't being chalked for smog tests, no emissions tests. They're saying this, but where would it have come from?
I have no idea. No idea.
Because that's interesting. If that was being said, why didn't the fire department come out and shoot that down immediately?
Right.
So, I don't know. Take that for a grain of salt. I hope it's not true. But if I was hearing that for 3 days, then there's got to be some kind of credence to it, you might think. Oh, all right. Other than that, for the last 2 weeks, is there anything? You know what? We could talk about this last thing and then we can close it up. Something that literally happened yesterday, and I'll be talking about it more on Wednesday.
All right, what do you got?
Caitlin Clark. You know, the WNBA superstar now that has been taking the world by storm, from the Iowa native that is now on the Indiana Fever, had to, quote unquote, fear for her life the other day. And I say quote unquote because nothing happened to her, but a 55-year-old Texas man was arrested on felony stalking charges in Indianapolis on Sunday after he allegedly sent threats and sexual violent messages to Caitlin Clark via social media. He was arrested in his hotel. He is facing this is a level 5 felony, which could give him up to 6 years in prison and a $10,000 fine.
Oh, shit.
Allegedly messaged Caitlin Clark on X from December 16th to January 2nd. One of the tweets he put out was, "Been driving around your house 3 times a day," Lewis said to Clark, "according to the court documents, but don't call the law just yet. The public is allowed to drive by Gainbridge, aka Caitlin's field house." Caitlin Clark felt terrorized, frightened, and intimidated or threatened, and implied a threat. There's no place for Caitlin Clark to respectfully fear sexual battery. Here's the problem I have with this. And again, I will go on to this more on Wednesday. Players from the WNBA have been attacking her since she's got in here. Now a grown-ass man is attacking a 22-year-old female. And, I mean, yes, it happened at noon today. I have not heard one fucking word from anybody in the WNBA yet. Meanwhile, this is not just happening in the WNBA. The girl that's in UConn, I forget her freaking name. It's like Paige something. I forget her name. She's the star player on UConn. She's going to be like the first draft pick in what's it called? In the next WNBA draft. Another man was arrested for stalking her too. And saying this. And we're talking about a college kid. Like a 20-year-old. People. Paige Beckers. That's her name. People need to do better. Because this shit is disgusting. This is as disgusting as hearing people drool over Libby Dunn. Who, again, a 23-year-old girl. I can't say kid because she's an adult. The shit that I've seen on TikTok, the shit that I've seen on Reddit and other people have posted are from grown-ass men that shouldn't really have accounts anymore.
I agree.
Listen, if you want to be a fan of them from afar, fine. Kids want to idolize them, fine. But if you are almost twice somebody's age, or double somebody's age, maybe stay in your lane and understand that that's gonna come off weird.
Right.
Like Livy Dunn is okay. She's drop dead gorgeous, but she's also an athlete. Have a little. She's also a human fucking being. Have a little fucking respect.
Absolutely. Don't be a fucking creep.
But I don't know. What's your thoughts on this? Like, because that's the last thing I really have.
Dude, I'm right there with you.
Because you see it with these kids, these actors, actresses, that are trying to get the good person name out, and then they just get completely creeped out.
Right.
Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Dude, I don't.
Yeah, like, what else is there to do? There's nothing. So what else can we talk about?
That's it so far. And we can just start pouring in the gas and getting ready to light this up.
Yep, alright. Last final words, Rye, for the next 2 weeks.
This is gonna be a fucking year.
Yep, I can understand that too. And like my friends say, if you can't take the high road, get the high ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with that being said, too, if you like what you heard, follow us on all social media accounts under the Report Network. Follow us individually at F and Ronnie.
It's Duncan Castiel.
Joining us back here on Wednesday as we dive deep into the good, the bad, and the what the fuck was that in the wide world of sports and sports betting on the betting window. We dive into the next round of college football as well as the NCAA football playoffs. 2 weeks we will be back for this show.
Yep.
But until then, let's pour the gas on the dumpster. Let's light the fuse and let's